Hey, Happy New Year. I just wanted to do a quick video showing off my shadow pulps. I'm very tired. It's been a long day. I did the video 3 times yesterday, but one time my daughter came riding by on the horse and needed help, and then the other time my wee son woke up, and the third time I can't remember what happened. Something. Um, And today I've been off playing Warhammer with my. I have 3 boys and a girl. So my middle boy, um, he's 16, and we just had a great time. It was really cool, and it was really enjoy spending time I enjoy spending time with all my kids, but he lives with his mom, and I don't see him that often. So it was just it was just a nice day. Um, I really wanted to in this video also. I'm very grateful. When I started collecting comics and went back on YouTube, most of the videos that I watched were these mainstream channels, and they're all about key issues and uh, slaps, and they're not really about comics. Um, they're about economy. They're about money, and well, I live in a trailer right now. While I'm building my house, I don't give a shit about money. They're nice to have, of course, but it, it's just, yeah, I don't care enough about money to. I just, I figured out that the comics that I was collecting or the stuff that I bought when I watched those videos was stuff that I didn't really care about. I didn't read the books, you know, and then it's all for investment. Yeah, I remember when I was 15 years old back in the days when I told, my girlfriend back then what all the comics were for. They were not, for enjoyment or reading. No, it was investments. Um, Back in the 90s. But I don't kid myself anymore. I don't read comic books for investments. I read them because I enjoy them. I enjoy the books, I enjoy the drawings, I enjoy the stories. That's my enjoyment in life. I really love storytelling. That's what I do for a living. It's my fucking every waking hour I think about storytelling, and I love a good story well told. That's why I read books. That's why I watch movies. That's why I read comic books. And I really enjoy comic book stories that are simple but well told. And those are the stories that are hardest to tell. It's really easy to tell a complicated story. I remember a few years back when Tom King was doing Miracle Man, and everybody was losing their shit. that from a professional perspective, that story is really easy to tell because it's not really a story about anything, right? It's also such a big mystery, and everything can happen, and nothing really happened, and then it's about whatever you want it to be about, and you try to make it about something because it must be really like art. It's not that I didn't enjoy it. I enjoyed parts of it, you know. I enjoyed Mr. Miracle killing himself. Like, that was the biggest trick from death. Or life, or. But the story went nowhere. Like Tom King's Batman. Like Tom King's. The horrible story where all the heroes. Sorry, people loved it. Uh, where all the people were like confessing, and there was a murder in this house where Jesus, that was anyway. I'm not here to shit on anybody's heroes. If you love Tom King, good for you. Um, and if he does something, if he evokes feelings in you and it makes you really happy and proud and it makes you think, you know, great, good for you, really. Um, Maybe I'm not smart enough for Tom King. That's a possibility. Anyway, I didn't want to talk about that. I didn't want to talk about negative things. I wanted to I wanted to be grateful to the people that I found on this journey through YouTube. And I watched some people who commented, and people commented on my videos, and I watched their videos, and I found out who they watch, and crisscross. And you start off in one direction, and eventually you end up going where you want to go if you keep trying to. And I've kept trying to, and I'm still trying to on this, whatever this is. I just saw a video from a howler mouse. I don't know if that's the right name. Howler mouse. Howler mouse. I guess that's it. Yeah. And I really, really enjoyed it. Because this guy he's very knowledgeable, and he just went through some books that he bought. And with every single issue he picked up, there was so much excitement and joy, and it was not a fucking key issue. It was just an issue. And he was so happy, and his mind went everywhere, and he knew so much about every book, but not like research stuff. He just knew it. And it made me think. It made me realize I enjoy reading comic books. I bought about a bunch of books from a guy, and some of them were investments, and others were just, I like Jim Apato's Batman. And I actually read 415, 416. Jim Starlin was writing. Jim Aparo was doing the art. And that was two really, really well told, just good comic books. And I was like, this is what I want. More of this, please. And I have a computer program, I can't remember what it's called, where you can like throw in all your entire collection. And actually, this morning when I woke up, I usually spend an hour just doing nothing. And I was looking through the computer program, and I was trying to find out issues that I've missed. And I took all the series that I liked. I liked Adventures of Superman Volume 2. It's a lot of short stories, Superman stories, and there's no big plot. It's just that issue and then move on. But I enjoy that. I enjoy them. So I was thinking maybe you should concentrate on those, like finding those missing issues. And then you're watching YouTube through and during the day, and you get caught up in this shit, and you start thinking investment again. But no, I'm thinking I want to read the comic books that I buy. I want to enjoy them, and that's what I want to do, and that's why I liked Howler Mouse and Gore Vidal or Vidal. He has a lot of love for the books that he's showing. And I was thinking, that's what I wanted to get back to. The excitement and joy instead of the money grabbing. I get no enjoyment out of buying a book and then next month it's doubled in price. it does nothing for me. You know, yeah, it makes me richer, but I've been rich and I've been poor. Well, not, I haven't been filthy rich, but I've had money. And sure, it's more fun to have money than not to have money, but I've been just as happy poor as I've been when I had money, you know? Anyway, that I was gonna. This was gonna be short. I don't know what happens. I just um, geek comic collector or comic book geek. I can never remember the name. The Canadian guy, Alan. He really likes Golden Age books, and he's a big slab collector. But he has such an enjoyment for the books as well, and seeing his videos again, like with Howler Mouse and Gore Vidal, like all the big channels. I won't mention any name because I don't want to. I don't want it to be negative. But I don't see the enjoyment there at all. I just see the excitement of making money and telling people what to buy. And it's not there with either the geek, how, Howler Mouse, or Gore Vidal. There's just enjoyment, and that's what I miss about collecting comics. Sorry, that's what I miss about. I thought it was. I put it on silent, but I'm such an idiot with technology. I just no clue. It's bedtime for me now. That's why it's went on. I'll quickly show the Phantom books, and then that's it. So again, guys, thank you so much. Thanks for the love that you have for this storytelling medium. It's a it's an absolute joy to watch your videos, and it's an absolute joy to be back in this community. I have no plans of on being a big channel, or I don't give a shit if you subscribe or not. Don't care. I don't care if you click a like. I just don't care. I just like being part of the community, and I like being part of this part of the community. With these guys who's so clearly in love with the comic books. That's for me. That's what this is about. We had New Year's Eve, as you can see. I had my daughter and my niece was over. Yeah, they had a great time. I went to bed early, but it was still fun. Okay, so these are the books. I promised to show my collection of pulps. I went through my sci-fi books, amazing stories, and now I'll show my shadow books. I only have three, so it's going to be short. Yeah, this is this is it's from 1940, and it's a great cover. I love this cover. It's it has tape on the spine. It's a huge crease. It doesn't matter, The whole thing is here. I'm reading the main feature. This is what it looks like inside. I love these. I love the smell. The smell of this old paper. 1940, right? This is older than my mom. Maxwell Grant is writing The Voice of Death, and I've never read any The Shadow before, and it is just as pulp as I imagined it would be. This is the predecessor for Batman, and I've read and heard a lot about that before I started reading it. But reading it, it just really everything made sense. This is so much Batman. Um, but it's really great. It's well written. You know, it's the guy with red hair has a bad temper. Ted Lycombe. Um, the dame is a dame, and there's a gangster. You know, it has it all. Um, yeah, it's the back cover, and there are pencil drawings in here by a guy called It Cartier. I really like this drawing. The shadow really uses shadows a lot. Um, Hence the name, I guess. And then he has a manic laughter. I really like that. But I love this cover. I want to find out who did all the covers on all my pulps. So if somebody knows how that's possible, um, write me, please. Let me know. I've the geek, the Canadian geek. She just call yourself Canadian geek. It's easier to remember. Um, Told me that my comic shop has some of the artists there, and I did find some, but this um, the person who did this is they don't say who did this. I really like the graphic, the use of graphics in this. The skull, it's great. It's a great cover. Okay, I'll just put it here. So, the next one is this one, and it's from 1945, March. Again, great cover. Beautiful use of colors. Um, so I'm actually going to read all these. I'm in the middle of reading that one, and this one has small drawings as well. Nice back cover. And is this the one with the... there's an ad for the infantry. And 5 Keys to Crime. That's also by Maxwell Grant, I see. There you go. So this cover has been reattached. No, only the back. Oh yeah, it is. It's held together with tape. Most of these are. Sorry, my fingernails are... I'm a farmer. Again, beautiful artwork. But I really loved it. This is a little bit smaller than this one. Compared. I don't know if it was because of the war, the lack of paper, that they downsized it, or they just thought it would be... I don't know. I like this better. It's more like a comic book. It's more like a magazine. This is more like a book. But look at that cover, huh? The green is amazing. I like the way that the keys go through the skull and becomes part of the skull, and there's blood on them, and my mind is like racing when I see that. The last one, also from 1945, Death Has Grey Eyes. Yummy. Look at that. Eyes there. Oh yeah, and there's an ad in here for a nurse. More nurses are needed now. Look at the uniform. She's also quite lovely. Yeah. It's it's like reading a book. And there's all these, but a shorter one. like short stories. And there's this thing about codes, and I think this cover has been, I don't know. Oh yeah, there's tape in here. It's not like a big thing with these. They don't grade. You don't grade these the same way that we grade comic books. Um, and the comic book grading is just really subjective anyway. But but they're nice, and they smell good, and they're good to read. So these are my three The Shadows so far. Um, they're by Street and Smith Publishers. That's such a cool name, Street and Smith. I don't know. I really like it. And I'm gonna show you one more, but this is Doc Savage, who is the character that Superman is built on. Also a very cool cover. It reminds me of the Jimmy Stewart film Anatomy of a Murder. Um, I really like this. This is from 1940. Oh, jeez. I'm just gonna put on my grandma glasses. No, something ate that. Let's see if it's down here. Doesn't say which year it is. Oh, it might be. Anyway, doesn't matter. It's old. I really like the cover. I like the Anatomy of a Murder poster, and I like that this is sort of the same. It's also a little bit like Frank Miller's The Yellow Man from Sin City. Something reminds me of him. Maybe just the yellow hand. Um, there aren't as many drawings in this. I really like this drawing because it looks like the fella is having sex with a young boy. I don't think the story is about that, but we'll see what's going on in here. Oh yeah, there's this female diver there. Yeah, again tape. It's not unusual. Oh, it's hanging on for dear life there. Um, Somebody took a bite out of this. But other than that, it's really nice. And I'm looking forward to reading this as well and seeing the different. It's the same size as this, or almost. It's a bit wider. Um, and see what the difference in the writing is. This is very noir. This is very, very noir heavy. It has all the tropes. I don't know if you watch noir movies, but Maltese Falcon and stuff like that. But this has very much of that. I don't know about this, so I'm looking forward to reading this as well. I'm not gonna go too heavy into Doc Savage because um, I don't know. There's something about the Shadow character, like Batman, that I really like. The darkness. Um, but if it's really good and enjoyable, of course I'll read more. Yeah. Again, that was. I'm getting more pulps this month. Yeah. Um, I have a budget for this year, and I have amount of money that I can spend every month. Because otherwise I just spend way too much. So, so it's good to limit myself. But I find that in life it's good to restrict yourself, in all manners of life. Um, so that's what I'm doing. I'm getting more pops. I found another site, a new site that I'm trying to buy from. So it's like the 2nd of January, and I've already spent all my money. So no, I still have a little bit left for comic books. I have a pulp budget and a comic book budget. So I'm doing both. And I'm buying books, of course. But I have a stack of books that I need to read. So I'm set there, and I got some in for Christmas. I just got one actually. Yeah, I just got one, but it's Hemingway, so I'm gonna enjoy that. Yeah. So that's it. Again, guys, thanks for sharing your love and passion with us and with me. Thanks for letting me remember what is important about this wonderful hobby of ours. Um, Enjoy yourself. Stay safe. Good night. Cheers.